Hello, welcome to the Orderflows trade review for Tuesday, March 15, 2016. My name is Michael Valtos. I'm the founder of Orderflows.com. First, a brief disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so this morning I took a couple of trades. It was a quiet day. It's in the beginning of the Fed meeting, so I'm really not expecting much to happen. So I'm going to be trying to get some trades on, but I said, if I could get my full profit targets, that would be great. But realistically, it's a quiet day. You have very tight ranges on Fed days. So sometimes you can only trade what the market's going to give you. And on slow days, if you know in advance it's going to be a slow day, you can sort of treat it as such. I could sort of see, most of the morning, going back to 3 o'clock, we had been basically trading between 2001 and 1996. So you're only talking a what is that? 5-point range. Over a 5-hour period. So it's very quiet. But coming into this morning after the cash open, we had a divergence down here at 842. You've seen a couple bars with some positive delta starting to build up. And, in this next bar, I got a ratio that I like, and we start trading. I was really looking for the market to move away. Like I said, you got, positive deltas forming down here at the bottom. And they're pretty decent, deltas over 1,000. So, I was really looking for the move to happen for it to move away. I got aggressive. I got in at 2,000. But it just wasn't my day on this trade. As soon as I got in, the selling came in, and he took it down to basically this 97, and I think this was 97 and a quarter. This point of control here. I was looking. I was hiding behind this point of control as support. If we can hold this level, and hopefully make our move back up. But as luck would have it, the selling came in. We got a negative delta in this bar. And we sort of got through this point of control. I got out. I took a loss, 3 points. I got out at 97. I got long at 2,000, but I got out at 97. So, it just wasn't happening. We came in. We took out the low. We continued selling. We took out the low. Then we sort of hung around the low. The first time we hit the low, 1,400 lots traded. The second time, over 600 traded. But, I have another divergence here, and this time I have it with the ratio, indicating ratio bounds low, which is indicating to me that there's, some volume down here, stopping volume to support the market. How this bar is different than this other bar where you have a divergence, because the first, this bar here at 842, you have a divergence, but you don't have a ratio. So it's just a normal low. You get the ratio in the next bar, which I still like, but ideally, I'd love to get it on the initial bar with the divergence. Sometimes you just don't get it, but it's still valid. I think if it, when you get the divergence is still valid when you get a ratio in the second bar. Unfortunately, this trade just didn't work out. But yeah, anyway, it appeared again. The ratio, the divergence appeared again, but this time you have a ratio, and we started moving higher in this bar. We closed. We opened up the next bar. Got long at 98, and again, we're putting in some positive delta as well, which is encouraging. Like I said, if we want to be moving away from the low, you want to see the delta. You want to see the net buying come in. You don't want to see like in this bar, it's a strong negative delta. Even here, these bars are all negative delta, which is what you expect to see at a low. But if we're going to move away from the low, you want to see the positive deltas come in. So I got long at 98. We ended up the bar higher. Then the next bar, this one happened really fast. 2 minutes. There was some good buying. I got a ratio in here of 45. Which I like. It's still got a positive delta, 3,000. Usually on a 10 range, this is a 10 range E-mini chart. I'm looking for about 5 points. So 98 to take me up to 03, and as luck would have it, it only got up to 2 3/4. So you get within a tick of your take profit, and the market turns. People talk about luck involved in trading. I don't like to say there's luck in trading, but this is sort of a case of luck in trading, in the sense that you get up to your profit target, and you just miss it by a tick or two. In this case, I missed it by a tick, and then the market sold off. We started putting in a lot of volume in here around this 02, 01 3/4, 01 1/2 level. But I didn't get out right away. Once we started putting in this heavy volume, I was watching, I didn't necessarily think that we're going to go back up to 03 anymore, which is my target. But, I saw this heavy volume coming in here. I mean, there's somebody, with supply to sell here at these levels, and it's just, the market is just, it, the buyers are buying it, but there's still strong sellers there. And, eventually, I capitulated. I tried to get out at 02. I wasn't, nothing happening there. Later, 1 3/4, again, nothing happening. Eventually I got out at 1 1/2, which, it just gives me a 3.5 point profit. Instead of, I said if we could have got to 03, it'd be 5 points. But, I mean, sometimes it just happens like that, where you miss it by a tick. So anyway, just to wrap up, the day was a small positive day. I said, the first trade lost 3 points. The second trade lost, made 3 points, 3.5 points. So, it was a net half a point positive. I said it was, I was really expecting a little bit more out of this move. It just didn't happen. So we'll see what what tomorrow brings, and go from there. So thank you for watching this video. To learn more about trading with Orderflow and the software used in this video, be sure to visit www.orderflows.com. Thank you.